against Sonix, you know, maybe
You're going to be on the receiving end of something.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to learn something today, you know? And I like upsets. We could see an upset. Who knows? Broon might surprise us.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say I think Sonix is the player who is the hardest to like upset in terms of like of any player I've seen. I think Sonix is the best at like beating players who are worse than him.
Yep.
He just is such a great player to capitalize on mistakes. Every single time you have like a habit, like we saw that last Mario game, you know, Party Star going for those early up Bs, you dying for that 100% of the time against Sonix.
I mean, the way I always like to talk about it to people is that like, I always say autopilot a lot whenever I commentate with people because it's not just low-level players. Top players too also have an autopilot.
Right.
The difference is players like Sonix, right, have an extremely hard and difficult autopilot to beat. So it's not exactly Sonix isn't thinking, but he can kind of rely on this kind of base game plan. And if you're not exactly good enough to kind of understand how to get around it, like players that are like that, you know, Plus on him, Akola, Mia, people like that, if you don't have that level, it is so hard to get past it. And it kind of, you know, it's easier for Sonix in these earlier rounds. Like, you know what? I don't have to use my brain too much. I can kind of coast on by. And that's kind of the luxury of playing a character like Sonix to the level that Sonix plays it at.
Yeah, his baseline's very high.
He's using his brain, obviously, but, you know, doesn't have to, you know, use every wrinkle in it, of course.
Yeah, he can use a lot of his base level options, and it's one of those things where until you've proven you can beat those base level options, you don't need to deviate.
Absolutely. But of course, Min is one of those characters sometimes doesn't really care about game plans, you know what I mean? Because she's got exactly not exactly the most diverse game plan, but it's super hard to kind of counter.
Yeah, it's a very much like a, all right, I get my things guaranteed. Like they always work, and if you're in the wrong spot at the wrong time, you're going to die. It does not matter what level of player you are. But now this is where Sonix makes his money. These up air strings on PS2 platform. We've seen it time and time again. Now using that spring, tagging a little extra percent on. Let's see what the edge guard looks like. No, just a nice little early recovery. But Sonix, he's gonna log that away in the bag. And I think that he is a player that once he sees you do something like that, he's got it on his radar, and he's going to really take advantage of it next time.
It's one of those save that for game 2 last stop type of moments, right? Like, oh, okay, noted. Jarvis, put this in the store in the bank, please.
2, 3, 4. How many springs do we get? Oh, tether max.
And that's kind of the
can't tether more than that.
True. That's kind of the thing about Min is that, like, of course, she's, you know, very hard to hit horizontally, right? But she still does have these blind spots where if you can kind of capitalize them, you can kind of take her stock at kind of any percent. No exaggeration, you know, as long as you get those certain blind spots which are hard to hit. Obviously, like 45 degree angle, you know, stopping her degree in vertically sometimes as well. So, but horizontally, Lord, it's hard.
She a menace for sure. Let's see if she can get this edge guard. No, not going to get a 2-frame on Sonix. I mean, you have so much variability with when you up B just because of how much distance you get on it. So Sonix is free to like chill and wait a bit to up B, or you can let it rip right away. And that's one of those things where you have to be preemptively throwing them out. As Min, you cannot react in time for the up B.
For sure.
And now though, Sonix up 3 stocks to 1.
You having a good time?
Yeah, he's doing well. Tries to pick up a second up air, but now hits that up air, back air onto the platform, hits the tech chase, and keeps the pressure going. Has not been hit on this last stock for Midman. Now she's in the corner. What is Broon gonna go for? The jump. He had that logged. We saw that earlier. The early jump in the back pocket. You know how Sonix does it.
And you know, the game plan for Sonix there, right? Again, the autopilot that Sonix was doing right there is literally spinning on your shield, waiting to see how you react, right? It's such a simple, but the autopilot level allows you to understand that, you know what, if he's not going to do anything about it to punish me, you know, regular lot of time, I'm going to keep doing it. If you're not going to be out of me, then why not? You know what I mean? I can keep doing that. And again, that really helps at these lower bracket levels. You know what I mean? It really helps if you not have to use too much of, like, you know, your mental stamina to kind of, you know, get yourself back into these sets. So
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where the long days like this, they add up.
Yeah.
Right? You know, when you have a lot of pulls going on, I don't think Let's see, is Sonix in doubles as well?
He might be with TK.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, they were doing the double Sonic.
They
right,
might be
right.
they might be together. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
It was like him
the
or
double
Raph.
Sonic.
I know
Yeah,
they love to do double Sonic. So.
Okay, so we do see Sonics in doubles, and that's one of the things where like this is going to be a long weekend for players who are seated highly in doubles as well, because that means all day today you're running it. You have three rounds, top 8, and both rounds of pools today for doubles, and then that means you might not be getting all of the mental rest you need. So that ability to, like you said, play well regardless of using mental energy or not.
Broon will take that back to even.
True. I mean, that's more stocks than he took in the last game.
Absolutely.
That's a dub.
Stop.
Absolutely. All right, a slight lead for Broon right now. Put Sonix in the corner. Now, Sonic's going for a lot of these aggressive, like, landing up airs, which are a great combo starter, but not really a great, like, approach option, right? But it's really one of the only ways that Sonic has to fall in at that 45-degree angle you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, jump used. You might be dead. Yep. Tragic.
This does such a good job of kind of covering where Broon kind of wants to be or is thinking about being, kind of falling into. Just kind of understand where to kind of assume they're gonna be, and kind of stopping them in their tracks. No grab for you, your arms away.
Picking up a double up air, tries to go for a little bit more. Now Sonix just using that spin charge in the corner, canceling it with the down air as well. Just, something where you're just like, all right. Oh, okay.
Back to even.
Yeah.
2 stocks now. Broon on a tear at the moment.
That's crazy. Imagine. There's a world where Broon takes the game.
There's
here.
a world where we go game 3.
I don't know. I don't know if we live in that world though, as Sonix is already putting the pressure onto the corner.
There's a world. Sonix tries to edge guard him, goes for the homing attack, misses, dies. Game 3.
Yeah, or just like, Mimi's got crazy strength. You get the right combo into a dragon, it might be curtains, even at 35. Oh, never mind.
Wow, lines up.
Yep.
Nair back air, soft nair, of course.
Simple and effective. Sonic's mantra. He always just, he knows what he wants and he makes it happen.
He likes to give the fans a little scare, though, right? He likes to give just a little bit of a scare.
A little scare,
Like, what if I SD twice? Who knows?
What if? Maybe I could do it a third. If I do it twice, I could do it a third time. Who's counting? Bro, I've casted too many tournaments where Sonix doesn't drop a game. And it's just like, he just goes through the whole tournament and he just doesn't drop a game. And then sometimes he'll just be like, oh, no, I'm going to SD twice in this game.
Like, why not?
And still